You are now entering the Thick Goddess Energy Morning Show. We in the building. High priestess in the building, didn't let my fears kill me. Transmuted my pain in that cleanse in the rain. Found out I was working and I conquered my demons. I accepted my purpose and the goddess I became. And this morning show is brought to you by Good morning, Rebecca. Is brought to you by Divine Moon Goddess Healers and Readings.com, where your questions are answered. Remember, in the month of February, we only got a couple more days of February. I'm still doing my promo where you can get 25% off one-on-one services if you use the code knowledge444 at checkout. I know it's been a minute. I noticed I see your profile picture, but the name, I was like, wait a minute, the name's different. Good morning, Babs. I have been good, chilling, doing what I do. I see you. I see you, Becky. I just said Rebecca because that's what it says. Elias, good morning. So, um, if you're looking to sponsor this beautiful morning show where we bring real ass shit to the table, and it's not just about spirituality, it's about life, right? We bring some really, really, really controversial stuff sometimes to the table. And if you're looking to sponsor this morning show, definitely look in the description. You can look where to find me, where to reach out to me, where to connect in regards to the morning show. If you're looking to just donate to say thank you for the great content that I'm bringing to the table, that also you can look in the description and know where to send those donations. Good morning, Melissa. We are on episode 77, and you guys know I'm a big synchronicity person. So 77 definitely is speaking volumes this morning. I had to take a moment and really think about what I wanted to go over this morning, what was going to be the topic for some reason. Normally I just wake up and it's like, boom, we're going with this. But today I had to kind of just sit in discussion this morning. Good morning, Dee. It is fucking Friday. So for anyone who feels like you made it, congratulations, you made it to Friday. My weeks don't start Monday through Friday anymore. My weeks just blend together. So there's no end and there's no beginning for my weeks. That's just because of how I roll. So I don't really take days off. That's just because that's the nature of being an entrepreneur, I guess. Shit. I have plans to one day take days off, but just not right now. It's almost your B-day, that Pisces energy. Team Pisces. I'm gonna put you on the screen. She's already representing Team Pisces. We're not even at the zodiac yet. It is Pisces season. Do you guys know what that means when we're in a particular season? Or do you guys just run around like it's whatever season? I'm going to just give you a little heads up on Pisces season right now. Pisces energy, if you look at the energy, right? The energy is about your subconscious, the things in the dream state, the things that you don't see, your fears. A lot of you guys are being hit by your fears and don't even realize your fears are coming up. So how do you tackle these things? Hold up, I gotta share the morning show, right? That would be great to share my own shit out. Hopefully you guys are too. Remember, they are definitely they've been trying to silence my ass for some time. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for sharing me out, promoting my shit. I do appreciate it. Keep doing it, you guys. We definitely want more people to come across their messages and definitely get enlightened, right? More enlightened than they were before. That's the deal. That's the spiel. Um, I'm gonna share to like two places and then that's it because I don't want to get focused on over here trying to share to different groups and shit. Um, all right, I'm already sidetracked. Good morning, Louisa. Good morning, Lisa. So, you guys can hear me, right? I'm pretty sure you can. I know, right? So let's get back to it, right? I wanted to talk about because do I have any more announcements first before I go into the topic? I feel like my brain is all over the place this morning. Like I got a million things coming in at one time and I am like ADD trying to put it together. Um you guys know I still have the classes available. They're pre-recorded as we are building the platform for the new educational platform, right? Esoteric, occult, metaphysical. I don't fucking know what you want to call it. I don't know what to call it just yet. Pseudoscience is what they're calling us. We're in the pseudoscience caption. Even though I think we're very confirmed of what we do, I think we're very proven of our skill set, but for some reason we're still labeled as alternative and pseudoscience, not real, basically. Anywho, Pisces season real quick. Let me jump back to Pisces season. So how do you get into that? How do you face your fears? Right now the sun is shining on your fears, okay? The things left in your subconscious, that the worries, the suppressed shit that you might have suppressed in the subconscious. The sun is shining on that. This is also the season of spirits because you know Pisces energy is connected to past loved ones. All right, it's the energy of where the dead go. All right, so this is the time to connect. This is also the end of the astrological year. Okay, so we're at the end of the astrological year. This is actually which is the 12th house, which is the 12th month. And so this is the ending. So in this time frame, this next couple of weeks of Pisces season, I would challenge you guys to think of what can you release that you've been holding on to? What fear have you been holding on to that you can release? What's one fear that you've had that you can let go and work on? What's one thing that you've suppressed that maybe you need to put some time and attention to? And that means even our childhood selves, our past selves, past shit sometimes. It doesn't always have to go to healing, but you guys know I'm an advocate of healing. But what's stored in that place? Try to find something to shine a light on and release, work through so that you can come out of this couple week period with a better sense or an uplifting sense or a release of some kind. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right. Elias, you can ask a question. I normally will do tarot questions later on in the show. And this is the talking version, but just let me know. Um, so today's story, I already have a fucking scammer. Like, I'm just going to show you guys. This is what a scammer looks like. Most likely they stole that picture. Okay. Just know that. No respectable tarot reader, medium is going to do that shit. Okay. Just know that. Are you going mad or is it what's bullying? You got to be more specific with that question. Already got a scammer and we ain't even been on here 10 minutes. Jesus, they don't fucking stop. Anywho, okay, so When it comes to the what I said, gratitude list, right? The reason why. What do you need it? Why do you need it? Does it work? What I notice is even though I'm very grateful for my life, right? Most of my life I've been very much like I appreciate my life and I'm grateful for a lot of things. But um Eliash, I would have to know the context of what they're telling you. So if someone is saying something to you and you're immediately defensive, then you might want to check and see why are you defensive or taking it as bullying, right? But if someone is like telling you you need to do something, you're grown and you're just like, this is my home. Why are you why do you care? I would still kind of like look at the context of the conversation. you cannot you cannot look away from the scammers. Good morning, Betty. You started rehab, Babs. Aw, why is who in your home? So yeah, Elias, you're kind of giving me like tidbits of the conversation, and I can't help you with tidbits of the conversation. Good morning, Katrina. Katrina, I was thinking about you last night. Um, Anywho, I'm getting really sidetracked. Like, what the fuck is going on today? I feel like today is just like, woo. Today I'm gonna be all over the fucking place. Oh, that's why I was thinking about you last night. And I was gonna send you a text, but it was like almost 2 a.m. in the morning. It was like 1:40 something in the morning. And I was just like, I should send her a text. But it was about some random ass shit. But I was like, it's too late to text her at this time. I'm just gonna send you a big old hug. Big old hug. Hmm. Good morning, Ariana. He was up, yeah. See, and I was thinking I shouldn't reach out because I was like, it's too late for me to reach out. But I had that feeling to reach out to you. I'm not doing tarot questions right now. I would at the end, but anywho, I hope you are just going through the process. I will say that, Katrina, going through the process and working through the emotions. Okay. I did. I did. I definitely did last night. I just was like, no, it's too late. I was going to bed. It was like damn near 2 o'clock in the morning. And I had the urge. But you see this, you guys, that's why when you get the urge to reach out to someone, just reach out to them. You really don't know what's going on, but for some reason, Spirit's telling you to reach out. So, yeah, I wish I would have reached out last night. I'm just sending you hugs and support because no matter how planned or how much we know, still got to process and work through it, right? Evelyn, stop being sorry. You say sorry too much. Stop being sorry. That's your first thing. Don't be sorry no more. Okay. I feel like today's the day of distractions. Today's the day that everybody's going to distract you guys. You're going to see a lot of shit today. This is just the energy. The energy today is a million distractions because my mind is in a million places. So is my spirit in a million places right now. So gratitude. Going back to gratitude. Is it the fishes of Pisces swimming around going crazy? I feel like, one of the things that, like I said, for most of my life, I've been pretty much in gratitude, but then I would flip flop from gratitude to why me? you know, you go the why me, gratitude, sorry, you're sorry. Fucking A, Evelyn. No. Um, and you flip flop. 1 minute you're very gracious, right? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, whoever. for this blessing. But the second some shit happens, you're like, why me? What did I do to deserve this? Why does God hate me? Or why does the universe hate me? So, getting into a better routine of gratitude is, instead of thinking of all the ways the universe is punishing you, right? All the ways that you're lacking in life, it's to get up and have the sense of really thinking. We go through most of our lives of being takers, and we don't even realize that we're takers. We think that we're givers because in our immediate realm of people, we give to crazy extents, right? But in actuality, we're not really giving. Most of us, and I'm not going to say everyone, because there's thousands of people who actually get up and go do a lot of charity. Most of us don't fucking do that. Most of us aren't going on the weekends to go build a home in a home project in a neighborhood. Most of us are not getting up to go clean up trash in a neighborhood because we want to fucking help somebody. Most of us are not getting up and volunteering at a homeless shelter because we want to put our time and effort. And you look at a lot of these nonprofit organizations that are failing, we don't do a lot of gratitude. We go through our life striving for us, my bills, my home, my car, my money, my bank account, my degree, my this, my children, right? Everything boils down to my. Give me, give me, give me. Everything that we're looking at. And I'm not saying all of you guys, because I think a lot of you guys do great on, some of this. But I just want you to just think at a lot of the ways that we can improve the way that we vibe with the universe, right? Because we are sitting here like, give me, give me, give me, give me more blessings. But what are you contributing in this life? Don't just say yourself, because that's not the full blessing, right? That you came here to do. So, besides just life being blessed with your presence, which, let me tell you, a lot of you guys make big changes just showing up. Okay, a lot of you guys make big changes of just being there. Sometimes you just end up, spirit uses you and you have the right thing to say to the right person at the right time. Sometimes people just need your energy, right? But what are you doing to show up? And so when you're living a life of gratitude, that gratitude, I'm going to say the gratitude list, we'll get to the gratitude list in a minute, but when you're living in gratitude, you're waking up with a sense of purpose outside of just the things that you want to create for self. Doesn't mean you have to stop creating for yourself, doesn't mean that you have to put your dreams to the side. It means fitting in moments to give back to your communities, to your worlds, to wherever that you can. And I remember in 2020, this really came into my mind and my spirit, because 2020, everyone was on lockdown. Most people could not get out and go around, right? That was the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing that I heard from all clients and everyone who was watching me and around me, was they were stuck in the house, going crazy. So it was like, wow, we can't do a lot in person right now. That is what had me create some things online, some online ways to give back. But now things aren't as closed down. Yeah, there's still a lot of regulation, but not everybody is shut down. Not everything is shut down. So when you're looking at your life and you're starting to put the pieces together, you have been a taker. You've been a taker and asking for more blessings, but what are you really contributing back? And the universe is set up in that way. The more you give, the more you get. It's kind of how it goes. Good morning. Have to make some money. Okay, Debbie. I know building houses for people, Debbie, is one of the projects that I have. When I'm going to talk to you guys about investment opportunities and some stuff that I'm working on and wanting to partner up. Katrina, that's what I was actually thinking about you last night, because you have some expertise in community stuff. But partnering up, we've come to know some great people, and because of the pandemic and because of spirit putting me in my place, I've come across some very beautiful people, very talented people. And we're all wondering the same thing. How do we give back? How do we start something? How do we change? How do we grow? How do we live in this gratitude and get out of ourselves for a moment, right? That doesn't mean stop making money. That doesn't mean stop being wealthy. That doesn't mean stop having fun. That doesn't mean stop going to dinner. That doesn't mean any of that. Stop loving your kids. It just means on top of your life, what are you giving back in the meantime? Do you take one weekend out of the month to go do something for others outside of yourself? Do you take some time to do it? And so, if you're not, this is what you got to start implementing in your life, because most people, even when we look at those so-called wealthy people, you guys know I'm listening to a lot of wealthy people, and all of them talk about these other foundations and stuff that they have in place. You know, the more you give, the more you get. So when we're truly living in gratitude, it's not just about us anymore. We're not just striving for our own selves. And again, I'm not saying not have your goals, and I'm not saying don't strive for the degrees and businesses that you want, because I'm not. But if you can learn how to incorporate showing up for others for nothing, for no reason, just because you want to show up for others, and not just your immediate family, because some of you are like, oh, I help my family all the time and they're always living in my house and I'm always letting them borrow money and blah blah blah. That's not what I'm talking about. We always care about our immediate friends and family, but do we care about the strangers? Do we care about people that we're not connected to? Do we care about the people who we walk past in the Walmart shit every fucking day? Do we care about those people, those souls that we're sitting next to in our cars at the traffic light going the same direction? Do we ever even look at them? Half the time we don't even look at the people next to us because we're so in our own zone, in our own life, in our tunnel vision of what we want and what we see. But true happiness and depth of life is going to come when you start getting out of that routine, when you start understanding that there's more to life than just your dreams and aspirations. That's a part of it. It's a huge part of it. But what else are you doing? It's not going to create the happiness that you want. It's not going to create the fulfillment that you want. So in the morning, what are your routines? And I would like to hear some of you guys just drop me a comment and tell me, what are your routines in the morning? What's the first thing you do when you open your eyes? Some of you grab your fucking phones. I still do sometimes. My phone is still too close. I need to get my phone like miles away from me. And it's because I play my meditation music on my phone. So I need to get Alexa, or what is their fucking name, Siri? I don't know. Who's the chick? I always get them confused. One of them. I need to get one of them so I could just have her play me some meditation music from afar. Good morning, Greta. Good morning, Brenda. I love it, Brenda. You know, one of the things first, you got to learn how to care for yourself, right? Can't care for everybody else if you're caring for self. Most people just care for their family, though. And I was that person. My friends, my family, my friends, my family, right? But what about the people you don't know that aren't in your circle? You know, that's the branching out. That's the actually giving back. That's the getting out in your community. How many of you guys actually know your fucking neighbors? Becky, you don't have a routine when you wake up? So see, start there. What is the first thing that you do when you wake up, when you open your eyes? It's Alexa. Oh, Alexa's nosy? Oh, well, damn. Nope, can't put Alexa in my house. I think I'll just get I'll get an old school record player. Or what's the old school or the old school alarm clock, like the fucking fire alarm? I might get that. Oh wow, Babs, two half sisters and two half brothers. Oh shit, look at you. So when you just start at, what do you do when you first wake up? That's all I want to know. You guys drop me a comment. What's your first thing that you do? Right? And most people don't fucking know their neighbors. Most people don't. I mean, I say hi to mine, but I don't know them. I've been living here for like 3 fucking years. I still don't know them. Never had dinner with them. Never invited them over. Right. So we go through most of our time just being very secluded, us. Right. Betty, you know your neighbors. Okay. Ariana gets woken up by her daughter. Kids will wake you up, right? Right. Meditated. Before you guys even get out of bed, even if your child wakes you up, I want you to just start to stop before you do anything and just put your hand over your chest and just say thank you. Whether you believe in God, creator, universe, who the fuck ever. Before you do anything and get out of that bed, just stop for a moment. You could close your eyes or keep it open. If you don't want to fall asleep, keep it open and just put your hand over your chest, connect and say thank you. Truly say thank you. Um, this is something that I started a while ago, and I didn't realize how profound it was to just before I jump and get started and go, to just stop and say thank you and just really connect to creator's energy and be in that moment of awe of like, wow, I'm opening my eyes another day, right? I have another day to make it happen. I have another day to change. I have another day to find that great love, or I have another day to get this project out. So it was just taking that moment to really just say thank you and sit in it for a moment. I think we're really we have to go, kids, this, that, and the third. So even if it's 3 seconds, do 3 seconds with your hand over your chest and just connect, right? I know. All they're gonna hear is me snoring though. They might hear some other shit from time to time, but they're mostly just gonna hear me snoring. Good, Debbie, good. Greta Greta's like, I wish I didn't know my neighbors. So after that, you have your busy schedules, you guys get up, you're going, you're doing, you're this, that, and the third. Most people, what I've noticed, and I'm talking about people like I'm talking about wealthy people, people who have made it. I've been watching a lot of them talk about gratitude list, and so that's one of the things that I know we say we're thankful, but do we sit and really think about who we're truly thankful for in our lives every day? Doing a gratitude list actually had me visually write out who I'm thankful, not just, oh, I'm thankful for everyone in my life. That is vague as fuck. Okay. Even though it's true, it's vague. So if you get to a point where you start to do your gratitude list, you're getting more detailed on the people that you're thankful for, which then sends blessings to them because you're thankful and wishing them well at the same time. Right. And so when I started to do this, I started to get very clear on the people that I was thankful for. And then it just got to, oh shit, what about these people? What about these people that I work with every day? That are my colleagues. And what about these people? And it just had me get longer and longer on my list of people that I'm truly thankful for, people that I'm truly grateful for. And it's a game changer. I can't really tell you how it feels, but I can tell you that I can see the shift in my energy, okay, of just implementing the thank yous, the I'm grateful for the people that have been pushed into my life. Good, of course, we're not going to focus on the bad shit, right? No, we're not going to focus on the bad shit. We focus on the good. We focus on the good. And so every day, it doesn't have to be morning because sometimes I don't get it in the morning doing my gratitude list. Sometimes it's in the afternoon. But when I do get that time to sit, I have a make it happen journal. It's a small make it happen. It's called a make it happen journal. And in that make it happen, I will write what I'm grateful for. And so I just go down the list. And every so many days another person pops up. And I'm like, wow, you know what? I am grateful that I met this person. And so now they're on my list. Because I think that we go through life very It's kind of like, I don't want to say we're not appreciating, but in so many ways, we're not appreciating people. We're not really looking at everyone who touches our life and really being thankful for what they've given us, shown us, or made us become aware of, right? We get very self-centered and we get very tunnel vision, and like I said, we go back to me, that we forget the people that come into our lives and really touch us and really shape us in small ways. Sometimes it's not the huge inspirational people. Sometimes it's these small conversations that you have with people every day that really open your eyes to things, that really show you things. And so sometimes that's why sitting back and doing the gratitude list and start to say thank you, you will start to be more thankful for so much more shit, and you will watch opportunities. Spirit has been throwing me opportunities left and right in this past couple weeks. And I particularly feel it is the change of how I wake up in the morning. And I told you guys how I changed from dragging in the morning to just really, really, really saying those thank yous. And now I wake up with the sun and I just watch the sunrise for a moment when I'm waking up, and just truly, even in sometimes when I'm feeling alone, I'm not going to say there's no mornings that I don't feel alone because I'd be fucking lying, right? I'm not going to say there's not times that I wake up and I don't miss people, in my life, but I always go back to just that sitting in awe of that sunrise and taking that moment to watch and be thankful. And that has been a game changer for me. It has helped me stay and wake up in a better mode, where I'm not feeling, sometimes I would feel, I would wake up and feel a certain way and I would have to meditate to shake it off. And I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to meditate to shake off any vibes from the morning. There's times where you get that, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed type shit. But what I've noticed is that waking up and just taking that moment to put my hand on my chest, connect, and be thankful and watch that sunrise has changed my whole energy in the morning. It's a huge shift for me, where I don't have to shake off any bad vibes. I don't have to shake off, even if I have a crazy dream, it doesn't affect me in the ways that it used to. So there's this huge shift. Adding the gratitude list is something that I've done here or there, right? And then finally, from last month to this month, I've been doing it consistently more and more and more. I'm going to say I'm trying, right? I'm working very hard to get to an everyday gratitude list. There are some days where I get super fucking busy and I'm like, damn it. So I started like telling myself, okay, no matter what part of the day, whenever I remember, right, and it hits me, to grab my book and just start writing what I'm thankful for and who. Not really what I'm thankful for, because I don't want to sit with the everyday. Oh, I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for my car. And I'm thankful for, even though I'm thankful for all of those things, I wanted to really specify the people in my life that I'm thankful for and keep looking at that and keep going further deep into that. And I can tell you, Spirit has done some huge changes for me. Just abundantly, changes for me. So I really do believe in the more gratitude we sit in, the more that we help others, the more that we step outside of our own wants and needs, is the better our life gets. The more blessings come to us. We want blessings and we want miracles, but are we really willing to put the time and effort in for those blessings and those miracles to come? And I do believe when you give more, you get more. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people want to see results and they want money and they want certain things. And everyone gets caught up in the, I don't want to waste my time, right? Or, that your time is worth more. And I think if we get back to that, we would be able to do so much more, whether it is for ourselves and surrounding ourselves, taking that moment to have a conversation with someone when you're busy. You're busy, you're doing that, but you also feel that this person needs this conversation. Things like that are huge. They go a long way. But outside of that, I will always keep saying this. What are you guys doing in your own communities, your own neighborhoods? What are you doing to give back? And that is a huge thing. It's been on my mind for a long time. But I feel like more and more spirit is pushing us to really think about this and really get back into some type of getting out and doing for others in the same time we do for ourselves. That's the craziest thing. It goes hand in hand. Yeah, I do think the saying it is great because we have the words, we have the thought, we have the visualization, right? But then when you write it, I don't know, writing it is like a seal the deal kind of energy for me. It's like a seal of the deal. And once you write it, it's huge. I started doing this journal. I told you guys about my twin journal, I think last year. I haven't wrote in it in a while, but when I wasn't really talking to my twin, I was writing. When I had these crazy emotions or crazy thoughts or whatever, I was writing in the journal and I would write to my twin. And it was such a relief to just write what I was feeling because I didn't want to really share it. Didn't really want to share it. It sounds crazy as fuck. A lot of the shit that go in my head crazy as hell. And so sometimes you don't want to share those thoughts, but writing it and releasing it is actually really huge. Now, I'm not saying you got to journal every day because sometimes you're just sitting there like, well, what the fuck do I write? And sometimes I think you just need to write whatever comes to you. Don't think about it, don't over process it. Just write. But releasing and then gratitude are very two different things. Because when you're doing the gratitude, you're in a place of, oh man, I love this. This person means a lot to me, and I'm very thankful. When you're releasing, you're going through some very harsh energy, harsh emotions sometimes, which both are great and beautiful. But just if we get back to the gratitude section of it, it's really sitting in that place of thanking the people around you. So, if you don't already do this, and look, a lot of you guys are always in my inbox, and I am humbled at how many of you are always like, Divine, if it wasn't for you, and this and third, and I am very humble, and I am very in gratitude of each and every one of you that Spirit sent you my way, and that I was able to even help. I don't let it get to my head. I don't ever just sit here like, that's what's up. There's a part about me that stays in this very humble, wow, I made a difference kind of energy, and that never changes. No matter how many people are in my inbox, no matter how many thank yous I've gotten, it just always comes back down to this very, I'm so glad that I was able to help. And I think we should stay in those places, stay in those very, I don't know if I'm using the right term of by saying humble, but staying in those places of just being very thankful for whatever it is that I'm able to do in my day. But again, I can tell you guys just that change of me waking up and just connecting with Creator has been huge. Um, just that sitting and writing what I'm thankful for. And I even put my dogs on my list. I put Aries crazy ass on my list. And I put the other one, even though I don't really like him, I put him on my list too. Um, and I say thank you because even though I don't really care for them, they're not my dog. I like them. I don't care for them as in I'm not the owner. I still thank them for the moments. There's these beautiful moments with Aries, and his name is Essay, and I don't really like him because he's peed on my bed twice trying to mark his territory, and that's why I don't like him. Okay, just so you guys know the context. But I'm not the one that feeds them all the time. I'm not the one that walks them. The kids do it, so it's not me. But I'm very thankful for those moments that we have because there's this added happiness. There's this added love. There's this added space in my life that goes to giving this love to a pet. So when you really start to look at those things that you're very grateful, the grateful and being in that appreciation takes away a lot of the harshness of life. It takes away a lot of the sadness of what's going on because you're just in this awe of this person I'm thankful for, not because what they give me, right? Not because what they do for me, not necessarily is it for what I'm getting from them, But when you're truly just looking at why am I thankful for this person in my life, right? It's not necessarily what they're doing for you or giving you. What are your emotions attached to the people in your life? So when you start to get deeper into that gratitude list, it's going to be more of the whys behind why you're thankful. And if you could take away, I'm thankful for this person because they give me money, or I'm thankful for this person because they do my job for me. If you can take away that and look at what are you truly grateful that it comes out of the heart space, I'm grateful for this person because they add value to my life. Those are the things that I have started to said. Those are things I've started to said. Those are things I've started to say as I'm writing my gratitude list. It's not just I'm thankful for this person because they give me anything. I'm thankful for the value that they give me. There's tons of people in my life on a day to day basis that bring value to my life, that really uplift me in so many ways. And those are the things that I pick and choose of what I'm thankful for. And every day my list will grow and more people will be on that list as I become aware of why I'm grateful for people being in my life. And I don't think it happens overnight that you just list 100 people, right? You have 100 people on your list and you're happy for every fucking body. I think over time, you start to realize even the people that you think that are these little conversations here or there, you start to think, oh shit, you know what? I'm actually very grateful for the conversation. It could be the coffee person. Every day you go get your coffee, it's the same fucking person at the window giving your coffee. You have these little conversations, but maybe they spark something in you, or maybe they're always smiling. Maybe it's that, like this person is always fucking bubbly. Be thankful. It's finding these things, finding these ways to be grateful and share that energy because it's a love energy, and we know that love energy is the highest energy to be in, right? We know that that space of our heart is like the huge place to be in. So if we could find more reasons to sit there, if we can find more reasons to pull people into that, how much better will that be? So, whatever your routines are, right? Whatever you wake up and do, try to think of ways to do that. And if you don't have one, don't be mad at yourself because you don't have one. I didn't never had a routine in the morning. I used to fucking drag myself out of bed, looking like I was like a commando and shit, trying to drag myself out of bed, looking like a fucking zombie, right? Um, and sometimes I would be hating the world. Sometimes I would be miserable as fuck when I woke up. But as you put that conscious effort into it, when you wake up, you will start to release that and you will start to just get into this very peaceful mode of connecting with Creator and letting go. Most of it is letting go what you can't control, most of it is letting go what you can't change, right? I'm glad that just reading the other part of yours. It says your dog takes care of your emotional problems. Oh, when I heard that about pets, pets could be emotional helpers. And when you think of a service dog, you think of just the blind or deaf or someone disabled in that way, but you don't think of the ones that are there for the emotional connection. And I think that's fucking awesome. So, do you have a gratitude list? Let me know in the comments. Do you have a gratitude list? And does your gratitude list change? Do you add new people? Do you have this epiphany and you're like, you know what? I need to add this person on my list. Or maybe you don't yet, which is fine either way. But I do think if you want things to change, and when people are asking me like, what did you do? And now I'm starting to think about what are some things that I've implemented? What are some things that I've really done in my life to change? This is some of it. This is some of the huge, huge things. There was even a time where I got to, even when I wasn't talking to my twin, I put my twin on my list. And I started to become very thankful of the lessons between the energy instead of angry and mad and pissed off about the damn shit, right? Um, so there was just like, okay, Okay, we could do this. We could change. We could change this energy. Right, 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 right. What I noticed on my gratitude list is I was very vague in the beginning, right? My list was like, I'm thankful for family, thankful for my job, I'm thankful for, my car, I'm thankful for my kids, thankful for the dogs. It's like it was very vague. And then it just got to where spirit was urging me. And I always say, how we say somebody told me or somebody was, I felt that spirit urging your ass to do shit, right? And so I felt the need to get specific and actually write the name of the person, right? And then I noticed I would like write my daughter's name, and it would be like my daughter and the kids, or I would be like, my brother and the kids, my mom. Um, and then I started getting like more, everyone's name by itself. And then I was like, then I would add on some people. Um, you stop writing in all your books. Definitely get back to it. The gratitude list is huge. The gratitude list is phenomenally huge. It is a big, huge way to change and send those blessings out and receive. And you're connecting to the universe. So I started to get very descriptive of not really the whys, just their names. And in my mind, when I was thinking about each person, is where I would visually be thinking of the whys. And it's not of what anyone can give me, it's what they bring to me with them just being in my life, and that value that someone adds, and understanding the value of someone in your life. And I think sometimes we take things for granted. That's what I was saying earlier. We definitely take things for granted, and that's why a lot of people are very distraught when someone dies, because they've taken that life for granted, or they've taken that connection for granted. And when we stop doing that, when we start to really be appreciative of the people around us, um, it goes so much further in life, and it just makes our lives a lot better when we're just, picking up the phone, making those calls, taking those times, taking those, moments to do shit. But you have trouble, yeah. And I don't write, and I'm not saying journal. I'm just different from journaling. Okay. Gratitude list is just sitting with a piece of paper, writing the names of the people you're thankful for. So different from journaling. Journaling makes us start to think, and we're trying to process. And journaling is, I write when I'm called to write, but the gratitude list is fucking huge. Try it. And like I said, it's not like I started and I was doing it every day. I'm sorry, y'all. My sinuses always seem to want to drain when I'm on this fucking show. Getting on my nerves. So, um, I didn't start it every day. I didn't do it every day, right? I didn't. I had to keep consciously telling myself, implement. Shit, we forgot it today. Okay, we're going to do better next time, but actually do better next time, right? So, but I can tell you it is a huge game changer. I think it's a big part of why I am as um I am boo. I've been making pineapple smoothies, but my sinus has been draining like crazy for like over a month. So, whatever fucking reasons, I'm not too sure. Other than it is, and it is what it is, right? But yeah, I have been making pineapple smoothies. I'm actually gonna make one later today. I actually like pineapple. There's a detox one that I do, pineapple and cucumber, that I actually love. Um, but I don't think I have any cucumber right now. I have pineapple though, but I can't remember what else. It's gonna be pineapple and something, but I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I want it to come out this way so I could blow it out, but it's not. It's going to the back of my throat, which is irking my fucking nerves. Anywho, good, Betty. And like I said, just the gratitude list is not journaling per se, it's different. You just sit there and you consciously ask yourself, who am I thankful for? You don't really got to know all the whys just yet, but who are you thankful that's in your life? Who's making that impact on your life? And you'll start to see that there's a lot of people who make an impact that you're grateful for. And then start thinking about if someone was gone, the people around you, if they were gone, would your life be impacted? That might be a better way to see who brings value to your life. If someone was gone, like would that impact your life, right? Man, Kua, honey, that I'm gonna have to look up because I use a raw honey, but I'm gonna have to look that one up. Man, Kua honey. It's my list from the other day. Um, my throat is a lot better from what it was like, a week ago. Like I told you guys, my list used to be very vague, and then I started to get very detailed and list every person by themselves. And it's just something that I feel like, especially in the past couple of weeks, has really changed some energy around in my life. And I like being in this feeling that I'm in. I haven't stayed this really happy in a long time, because my I normally go back to some very dark shit sometimes. And you guys, I tell you all the time, I struggle with my own shit too. I'm not perfect. I'm not 100% healed. I still have shit I need to heal from my childhood, which is really my teen era. There's a lot of stuff that I still kind of struggle with, but the more practices that I do that are positive, the more things that I implement that are positive, I have noticed the better my life gets every day. And the better my emotions are, the more level my emotions are, the more I'm able to go with the flow, the more I'm able to not overthink or stress about certain things that I used to. So I've noticed with every one of these tips or tricks that I tell you guys, it's something that has made my life go a little smoother. It's blessings have shown up grander. And so I just feel like if we're not stepping out of sight of ourselves and start to do things for others, not just our immediate family, right? That's one. The gratitude list is one. Waking up is another. But then outside of that, what are you guys doing? I'll always tell you guys that. What are you giving back? What are you doing in your lives? Are you taking at least one day out of your month, you know, to do something for others that's outside of your immediate friends and family? And if you're not, you might want to start looking at that. What can you do? What is something that you can give back? What is something that you can, um, you know, because a lot of people, I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Everything is a commitment, right? Whatever you do or your volunteer work is a commitment. You're committing to show up, you're committing to do for others, right? So, if you're getting up with this energy of I'm committing to be there for someone who's in need, then you're consciously connecting with the universe. And that is huge. It's profound, you guys. Oh, yeah. I even put past loved ones on my list. My dad is on my list. I always say my dad in spirit. My dad in spirit. I'm really grateful for him. He's moved some mountains for me on this path, and me and him have done some tremendous healing together in spirit. Man, I don't think we would have been able to do it him physically here. I don't think me and him would have been able to heal as much damage as we have for both of us, not just myself, for both of us. I actually had the privilege to help my dad climb out of a hole of darkness in spirit. And I will forever be fucking grateful for the fact that I was able, as his child and his daughter, was able to help him climb out of that pit of fucking negativity. And he's in a very good place. And it's like almost wants to bring me to tears just thinking about it, because he had to sit in a very horrible place for a while until we were able to work together to get him out. And I've seen him with the past children that have passed on in the family. I've seen him with his own daughter that he lost. My mom had a miscarriage before me and my brother, and I got to see him with her as well. So there's been some huge shit that me and my dad have accomplished with him in spirit, which has been pretty fucking awesome. So he goes on my list. Um, he does go on my list as well. So again, when you're doing the list, you may miss a couple people. You may miss a lot of people. But then you keep thinking about the people that touch your life. Keep thinking about the people that you come across. Sometimes it'll be weeks. You'll be like, oh shit, this other person really does. Every time I see them, they're this, or every time we talk, it's this. You'll start to see how that list goes and how long it gets. Maybe one day my list will be like 1,000 people on that list. Who knows? For now, I have almost a page, though. It's a lot of people. You said Facebook is better. All right, so living in gratitude, it is a game changer, you guys. I'm a believer. When I say I'm a believer, I'm a believer. It means I live it. I'm not just telling you to do it. It's something that I practice. And I can tell you, yes, Heather, they can heal after they cross. Give you a short story right now of my father. My father was very tormented in this life and some past lives. And in this life, he was raised Catholic. So going to hell was imprinted and pre-programmed in his mind, that he was like this demon child. It's crazy that me and my dad both had that, where I don't know who, well, I know who made me feel that way, but for him, he also was led to feel that he was this child of darkness. But it wasn't that he was a child of darkness. He just had a lot of trauma in his soul. Okay. Now, this is the tricky part. When a lot of people do readings, if they don't know how to correctly see your soul, they can mistake the darkness for attachments and demons instead of seeing the trauma and hurt and pain in your soul. Very different. Okay. Anywho, I do believe in the fact of what you believe your reality is will shape the way that you die. So if you believe you're going to hell, guess what? You're going to hell. If you believe you're going to heaven, guess what? You're going to heaven. If you believe you're going to meet fucking unicorns on your deathbed, those unicorns will fucking show up. I do believe we create the exit that we have, right? For most of us. I feel like he felt that's where he was going. So that's where he went. He went to a very shitty, dark place of trauma, nothingness, darkness. So my dad died in 2008. I didn't start going on my spiritual path until 2019. So that's a long time of him being passed, right? And being stuck in this place of whatever the fuck. I used to have these dreams because I've always been a vivid dreamer as far as messages and people coming to me in my dreams. I had a couple dreams sporadically. He would come to me and I would look at him and he wouldn't say anything to me. He would just look at me like he wasn't supposed to be there. And I would go, "Hey, Dad, I see you." Like, "Hey, I'm talking to you." And he would look at me, but his look would be like, "Help me." And I can't say what I need. And he would walk away from me. And I would be trying to chase him, like, "Hello, hey." And he would disappear. And I would, in the dream, I'd be like, where the fuck did he go? Not realizing that he was coming to tell me, like, hey, he needed help and he couldn't get out of wherever he was at. He couldn't get out. So I had a few dreams like that. I kept going, like, what the fuck is this? So I had a huge awakening in June 2019. Thought I was going crazy. Almost went and checked into the mental facility because I thought I was losing my fucking mind. And so in June, big awakening, shift, right? July, I start reading tarot. And then in August, my dad comes to visit me in spirit. But I thought he was a fucking demon. Did not want to know or think that that was my dad. I thought it was a demon. Um, and I was coming out of my room. I had shut everything down. I was doing tarot at the time. I had shut everything down. And I was coming out of my room and I stopped in my tracks because all I felt was this horrible, dark energy, like scared the shit out of me. Scared me so bad I wanted to fucking run out of my house and leave everybody in this bitch. Okay. Man. So I did something that I did when I was a kid. I just stopped. I just stopped in my tracks, closed my eyes, and I was just like, because as a kid, that's what I did. When anything came around me, spirits or whatever, I would close my eyes, and as long as I couldn't see them, they couldn't do anything. So here I am, this grown ass woman standing by my kitchen. I was about to turn the light off, but I didn't. I just stood there, closed my eyes, because if I can't see anything, they can't do anything. And then sitting in this shitty, scary fucking energy. And I closed my eyes. I saw my dad. Well, I didn't know he was my dad. I saw the imprint of a man with very dark in his shadow form sitting, but he was sitting exactly like my dad would sit. My dad has a particular way of sitting. He would cross his legs and he would sit a certain way. But at the time, it was just like, that's confusing as fuck. But the energy, you don't want to think that your person could be in this dark ass energy. Like, what the fuck? That's some demon shit, right? But low level energy, grief, trauma is low level energy. So people confuse the whole demons and entities with grief, trauma. That's some of it is very seriously dark and low and it feels like shit, right? So I was like, wait, what the fuck? My trick didn't work. All of a sudden, I closed my eyes and it didn't work. I got this huge picture of him sitting there in a chair that was in my living room. And I was like, nope, not today. And I turned off the lights and like went in my room. And I had closed the door. And before I took my hand off the door, I heard, you can't run. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, not today. Spirit, not today. Like, I can't do this shit today. My hand was still on the door. And I was just like, I can't do this shit today. I'm not strong enough for this. This is what I didn't want to go through. I didn't want to go through this shit with these fucking, fucking spirits and shit. But they kept showing me the picture of how he was sitting. And I just was like, and I was just like, wait, what? Okay, hold on, my door. Sorry, y'all. Package. Okay. So I heard, you can't run. And that was my higher self telling me you can't run. So I was just like, okay. And I think my niece was in the other room and she had my baby. I know, right? The knock on the door. Uh, and she had a baby. And I was like, fuck, I can't just leave them in the other room and got this crazy spirit in the fucking living room. So I had to take a deep breath. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go back out. And I went and saged and, I'm cursing because I was always cursing the spirits to get out. But they kept showing me the way he was sitting. And I just could not put it together. You don't want to believe that your person could be sitting in that energy. And so me and my niece, we did a tarot reading together. We're looking into it. The tarot reading was like, lighten up. I mean, literally the cards were telling me to lighten up, stop taking things so seriously. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with spirit? They're telling me to lighten up. There's a fucking demon in my house. I'm going crazy. This is why I tell a lot of people not to overly get excited when you think you feel bad energy. Not all the time is it a demon. Not all the time is it fucking Satan coming in your house. Sometimes it's past loved ones that are just in a very traumatic, horrible fucking energy that feels like shit, right? So I had to do a lot of research and I had to do a lot of just like looking into it, trying to process it and understand what spirit was showing me. Eventually, I understood and got the message that it was actually him coming to me because I particularly see people in their worst state. I see shadows. I don't see people who are beautifully, crossed over. I actually see the shadow side of others, the traumatic side of others. That's why I'm able to tap into the soul like I do. It's a gift. I don't know if I want to call it a gift or not, but that's something. So what I had to do was in 2020, I started doing healing for myself. I kind of just was like, nope, whatever. I didn't know how to deal with it at that time. I didn't know what to specifically do, and I just started healing. Well, a lot of healing that came up for me in the beginning part of 2020 was the healing with my father, the healing of his death. By the summertime is when I really got into healing in 2020 with my father's energy. And that's when I was really stepping into mediumship at that time. That's where I understood the difference and the energy that my dad was in. And then I started to understand that it wasn't a demon. Wasn't a demon. That was actually him, how he came to me in that moment. But all the healing, excuse me, that I was doing before that was helping. And then finally, I came across a beautiful healer. You guys have seen me interview her here on Cynthia Glickman, where I came across her in May of 2020, and I started working with her. And she's the one that showed me how to get in these very short meditative state sessions, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and see what was going on. And so there was moments where that younger version of myself, the 5-year-old, the with my dad, that would come out. These moments of me and my dad would come out, and so we would do a lot of the healing. And so that's where I understood more. And then I really had to decipher the reading that I did about the energy that was in my home, and it told the story of a past life that he was still stuck in. My father was still stuck in this very past life energy. In that past life, he had been tortured. Okay, it wasn't just the life of this life. And in this life, he was tortured by his own mother. His own mother tortured him in this life. She did some very shitty things to him, dressed him in girls' clothing. She put my father in the oven. If it wasn't for his aunt saving his life many times, I wouldn't have been born. She beat him. She put him in closets, locked him in closets. He was raised in New York, the Bronx, right? Well, he actually, in the snowstorm, he would have to go, and back then there wasn't cable. He would have to go and hold the antenna outside so that they could get TV whenever she had like a different boyfriend or something and they wanted to watch. My dad was very tortured in this life. So as I remember and got more in tune with his energy, I saw that some of those tortures were from a past life where he was murdered and killed, and really tortured. So he had a lot of shit that he was carrying as a man, and he did not get to work through those things. That's why by the time he was 13, he started to do heroin. He started drugs at about 13 to escape. My dad kept trying to escape this life. And my dad had a lot of near deaths and almost deaths and brought back to life. He OD'd plenty of times. I remember him ODing when I was about 11. He OD'd in the bathroom, but they brought him back. Um, so he went through a lot of trying to um, escape that trauma. So I've been very lucky, and it's been beautiful for me to work with him, and to see him in a lighter energy now. And he's always near me. He's always by me, and he's always making shit happen for me, even for the fact that he kept sending me messages about making sure that I find the love of my life in this in this life, and that I won't be alone, because he didn't want to see me alone. So it's been pretty cool. That's a short version of some of the things of just healing with my father. But let me tell you, it's definitely can happen. I've witnessed it with my dad. And I think anyone who, if you know that your person went through some shit, you can sit and do healing with them and actually get them out of that and help them. I even got to see in May of 2020, I did a past life regression. And one of my things, I asked the lady to see if my dad could come through, and he could talk to me and connect with me. And I was a little sad that he couldn't, but I will tell you what I did get to see visually, because your self hypnosis, you're awake. Well, some people, I'm nosy as fuck, so I was not asleep. I was there watching. And at the point where she asked, could my dad come? My higher self said, no, he was busy. And she never on the tape explains, my higher self never explains why he can't come. She just says that he's busy. But what I got to see is my dad was connected to the light. He finally was connected to the light, and it was a source light. And I can't explain it more than that. All I can explain is that he was connected to a source light, and he was concentrating and connected to this beautiful bright light. And that touched my heart to see that he had finally connected to this fucking light, whatever that meant, because she didn't explain it. I didn't have the answers, but I knew in my heart that all the stuff that I was doing, all of the healing with him was working. All of the looking at things and forgiveness was working. And he was finally in this place of just connecting to light. And so it's been huge. It's been phenomenal. I'm very grateful and thankful that on this path I've been able to witness and see some of the beautiful things that I have. So if you don't think that you can heal with someone who's passed on, think again, because you definitely can. And you definitely can help them get out of the darkness and find the light again. It's just about, do you want to? And you got to get out of your fear of it. Okay. Because like I said, when he first came to me, I thought he was a fucking demon. Okay. You're welcome. That's like the fast version of that. So much more to that. I mean, we literally did, like, I want to say over a year of healing. Me and my father, probably over a year of healing.